so much, Angela. Well, if you have a woman that you love in your life, it could be your mom, your wife, your daughter, your sister, a friend, an aunt, whatever, pay attention to this story because it's about women's health and it's about a bill that's making its way through the Indiana State Legislature.
And it deals with one of the most frequently diagnosed cancers in women, breast cancer. 13 News Statehouse reporter Emily Longnecker is here to tell us what the bill does and why supporters say it will save lives. Emily?
Well, here's the bottom line. This year, according to the statistics, 5,400 Hoosiers will be diagnosed with breast cancer. And to put that in perspective, that's the entire population of Cicero. 900 of those diagnosed will die this year. That's the entire population of Shipshewana. This morning, lawmakers heard about a bill that supporters say will help with early detection and ultimately save some of those lives.
But also, too, it's a taboo subject.
One Heather Porowski isn't afraid to talk about, even in front of some of the most important people in Indiana. That's because Porowski has work to do. She knows she's likely living on borrowed time. Not an easy thing to face when she considers her husband and two sons, one in high school, one in college.
And odds are, I will not see them graduate.
Heather was diagnosed with inflammatory breast cancer in 2020.
A third of us are getting diagnosed at stage 3 and 4. If we were to able to understand and catch, breast cancer early, it's a 99% survival rate.
Wednesday, Heather and others testified in support of House Bill 1058. It would require mammogram providers to send letters to patients after a mammogram and let them know if they have dense breasts, which makes cancer harder to see on a mammogram and also increases the risks of having it.
The new verbiage informs patients that they are at increased risk with dense breasts for breast cancer.
When I first had my mammogram in 2019, I did not know that mammograms do not work if you have dense breasts. My provider did not recommend that I have additional diagnostic testing. Within 1 year, my breast cancer spread.
Under the bill, doctors would also get a letter about recommending more testing to patients via an ultrasound or MRI, which can see cancer better in dense breasts. The FDA recently passed regulations requiring the same measures.
The whole goal is to detect breast cancer early.
Supporters of the bill, like Heather, say that will ultimately save lives. The bill passed unanimously out of committee this morning and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. At the Indiana Statehouse, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.